check it out, I got a fob, so no more excuses. And I actually took the spring out of the R, which I didn't do on my last controller. So I should be playing better today. But yesterday, I became a barber for the local fraternity on campus. And I went to the house yesterday, and it was ridiculous. Something crazy happened. But in order to understand how I got into that situation, we must first understand the beginnings, the humble beginnings of my barbershop here on campus. So I've been cutting hair for 2 years, almost, about a year and a half. And I started obviously back at home. And my big plan when I was back at home was, while I'm there, I wouldn't really worry about making too much money or building up too much clientele. I would really just worry about getting my portfolio, like basically my Instagram pictures up, and getting my skill up so I can actually perform good haircuts. So that when I got into college and I was around more people my age and more possible chances to make money, I would succeed. So the first thing I did when I moved here into my dorm was I put a sign in front of my dorm, like on the little poster board outside, and I said barbershop, and I put my Instagram, and I said knock if you need a haircut. But the problem was, it had been like 4 days I've had that up, and not a single person knocked. Someone mentioned it, and God, this fob is fucking nice, bro. It's just, this shit is nice. Going from a busted controller to a fob is actually pretty crazy. But no one knocked. In fact, no one even asked me for a haircut. Oh, I did not mean to do that, but that works low key. I mean, a few people on my floor knew me as the guy who did haircuts, but that's just because I told them, and I had a little thing outside of my door. God, sorry, it's cold in here. That's why I'm shivering a little bit. But I wasn't actually getting any business. But about like a week in to college life, to dorm life, I was hanging out with one of my buddies in my dorm, and we were trying to think of something to do. And we looked around my dorm, we looked to the left, we looked to the right, and we saw nothing. But then my barber equipment caught my friend's eye. He was like, dude, you haven't done any haircuts here yet. And I've been giving him haircuts for about a year. So he was familiar, and he's like, dude, let's go do some haircuts. And I'm like, well, I don't know anyone that like really needs one. I don't really know. He's like, dude, let's just go fucking ask people. Like, there's people outside. We can hear them outside the door. Let's just go ask them if they need one. So we went around our floor and checked all the open doors and asked all the dudes if they had any haircuts. And they were all like, nah, bro, maybe next time. They didn't really trust me, or they didn't want a haircut, or a little bit of both. Okay. Either way is fair enough. But like, that's epic fail. And you know me, I don't like to accept defeat. So we decided to go down into the basement. In the basement, there's a little hangout area. There's like a pool table, there's a TV, and there's some other stuff. So we decided to go down there and ask all the bros down there if they need haircuts. And we go in to this room with a pool table and like a few other things. And we say, yo, anyone in here need a haircut? And then fucking silence. So I'm like, all right, we can't just give this up. I'm already holding all the shit. Like I have a chair, I have my briefcase, and I have my bag with all my like cleaning supplies and my water bottle and stuff. Backer? Fuck. But yeah, we're not getting any bites. So I decided I need to just cold call. I need to just go up to these individual people and actually ask them. Like, do my little pitch, you know? Like, here, let me give you a little taste of it. How's it going, bro? You need a haircut? Yeah, I could maybe be using one. All right, well, I'm doing them right now. And because it was my first time there and I needed to really get my first client to really get things going, really get the ball rolling, I was like, you know, I'll do it for free, bro. And it took a few guys, but eventually we got one. Okay, this guy, he was looking chopped. He needed saving from Barber Ben. And that's exactly what I did. And we pulled out the chair and we pulled out all my shit right in the middle of that room. There was probably like 20 people in there. And just started fucking cutting his hair in the middle of the room in front of everybody. And it was pretty epic. And this just drew more of a crowd than there already was. Because, like, I don't know, you go into, like, a dorm hall basement. Like, I feel like one of the last things you expect to see is some dude getting lined up, you know, in the middle of the hall. But everyone still really didn't know what to expect. Like, they didn't think it was going to be that good. They thought I was probably just some rinky-dink ooh, that was bad laser. Barber that was about to just chop this kid's shit. So I had to lock in. I haven't locked in that hard on anything in a while. And I hadn't even done a haircut in like a week. So I was getting a little rusty. Well, that could have been a Marth killer, but I guess that works. God, this fob is nice. And the springless trigger is also like extremely clutch. I should have done that a long time ago. But yeah, like, it's not the most easy thing. Like, giving someone a haircut in front of like 20, the crowd of 20 quickly turned to like 50 people in the fucking basement watching me doing this shit. I mean, they weren't all obviously watching. They were like, you know, talking amongst themselves and doing their own thing, but like they were watching, if you get what I'm saying. And so it was fucking nerve-wracking. And then after like 40 minutes, I took my time because I really wanted to be like precise. After about 40 minutes and like a few problems, like I forgot the blow dryer, I forgot a couple other things, so I had to send my friend to back up to my dorm to get those. But after all those little trials and tribulations, it was done. And guys, my boy was looking fresh. So naturally, because there were already so many people around, I got the second client already lined up because he was asking. We sat him in the chair, and I did the exact same thing, but this time I had a bit more confidence. Oh, that's a rough way to go out. And we'll see you guys in the next one. But anyways, the next guy sits down, and I do the same thing. I get him right, and everyone's still watching. And then the next guy sits down, and I do the same exact thing. But the first guy, or no, I believe the second guy I asked him if he wants to be in an Instagram reel, because if you guys are familiar with Instagram, barbers love Instagram. It's a great way to get your clientele up, get the message, the word about you out, as well as you have a chance to just go viral on Reels, because like the videos do good on Reels. So I have an Instagram, okay, and I've been posting haircuts for like almost a year now, I think, on my account, but those were all back at home, so I hadn't posted one at college yet. And I was like, dude, I gotta post this shit, because people see that it's at college, and they see that also there's like fucking 50 people watching. Like, it was kind of a bit of a spectacle on the reel. Like it was weird. You know, you don't often see someone getting a haircut with like hella viewers in a random basement. Like, regardless of the actual haircut itself, like the whole room was kind of interesting. Like it was an interesting view, and it did good on reels. It got like 30,000 views, which is kind of crazy. I've never my haircut reels, I've never really tried to go viral. I just kind of use it as a portfolio, like a little thing where people can see my haircuts if they've never seen them before, right? To make sure, like, to, you know, if they trust me, like, I'll just show it to them if they want some proof that I know what I'm doing. I got like 30,000 views on reels, and like, dude, my whole dorm hall seen that shit. Like, I swear the whole fucking school has seen that shit on reels. And so quickly, I low-key gain a bit of aura. Whenever I see someone walking in my hallways, they always go, "Oh, it's Barber Ben," or "Ben the haircut guy." I'm like, yeah, that's fucking me. So I look, have a bit of aura, and like, dude, in my classes, I'll mention sometimes, like when we're talking, I'll mention that I'm a barber, that I give people haircuts, and they're like, "Oh, dude, are you that guy?" Oh, fuck, that was not meant to be a side B, but that actually would have been tough. That was meant to be a downer. Like, "Oh yeah, you're the guy that gave haircuts. I saw you on reels," and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool. So I kind of low-key already have a lot of aura here, which is pretty fire. So the way I've been doing my bookings back at home was I would have someone DM me on Instagram, because then I wouldn't have to worry about getting like fake appointments, like if someone's messing with me, because, you know, if you DM on like a alt account, like I'm gonna know, and if you DM on your main account and you don't show up, like I can just slime you out because I have your name. But I kept doing that here, and I kept giving out people my Instagram, and I was like, okay, I can just do this DM thing. But guys, dude, the amount of fucking like DMs I've gotten of people that need haircuts, and the amount of people that come up to me in person that need one is like genuinely insane. Like there's too many. Okay, how do I get out of this? There's actually, oh my god, there's actually too many people that need haircuts. Let me lock in on this Luigi. Okay. Oh my god, no. Reset with lasers. Sorry, put a sock in that real quick. No. Okay, wait. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's game. Fuck, dude. Why does that grab go straight up? What the fuck is that? At 140? Let's go to Battlefield. But anyways, yeah, a lot of people seen that shit. And I was getting way too many fucking DMs, way too many clients that I didn't even know what to do with. And that's exactly where I am now. But this one DM especially stuck out. Okay, he said, "Yo, where you cutting at, bro? I need a cut." And I was like, okay. And I told him my dorm hall, where I'm at. I told him that's where I'm doing him. And he was like, "Yo, you trying to come to my frat house, my fraternity's house, like this Greek life fraternity?" And I was like, maybe, man. You got a couple bros who need a haircut? He was like, yeah, I could definitely get you a few. I'm like, okay, how many? If you have at least 3, I'd be down. He's like, yeah, I got like 6 or so guys that said they're interested. I'm like, dude, all right, bet. Because not only am I gonna be able to do like, he said 6 haircuts in a row, but I'm also now gonna be in with the brothers. I'm gonna be in with the boys, you know. So I'll get invited to the parties, and I'm gonna be getting hella furta. So yesterday I took the trek to the frat house. It was like 10 minutes. I had to carry all my shit, but it really wasn't that bad. But once I got there, he was like waiting in the road, and I was kind of scared. I was like, how am I gonna even enter this place? Like, this guy, I could see on his Instagram bio that he was class of 2029, so he was my age. So that means he was a pledge at the frat, and I'm like, no one's gonna know this guy. I'm about to just go into this house. Like, I don't know. Like, you know, frat houses aren't just anyone walks in, you know. If they don't know you, they slime you out, bro, or so I hear. So I was worried about getting slimed out, but he was waiting in front. He's like, yeah, all right, you want to just do it right here? And he like points to like this little staircase, it's this little like awning they have in front of their front door with like 2 cars. And I'm like, I don't know, bro, because like that shit was dark, and also like I didn't really want to be outside. This guy keeps getting misfires, bro. This guy's lucky. I should have backed quicker. I'm like, dude, I don't really know, like it's kind of dark, and like I don't really feel like being outside. Can we just go inside? He's like, okay, yeah, sure. Actually, let me ask. So he goes inside and he says, okay, they said I need to call like some other dude. I'm like, okay, just, you gonna call him? He's like, yeah, give me a second. So he gets on the phone and calls one of the other brothers, and he's like, okay, I have to call the president. I'm like, okay. And he just like looks at me. I'm like, dude, you gonna call him, or am I like just gonna stand here? Or, like, what's up? And he's like, yeah, bro, I'll call him. Or actually, I'm just gonna text him. And I'm like, and now at this point, I'm like, what the fuck is like going on? Like, this is like low-key whack. This guy's kind of like stupid, or like, I don't know. He doesn't really, I don't know. I'm getting a little sketched out. Like, not really like that I'm like gonna get like hurt or something, like not like that, but like that I'm just gonna get my time wasted. That's what I'm worried about. But eventually he's like, yeah, green light. So he takes me to the basement, and he's like, is right here cool? And there's no light, and there's like no outlet for my blow dryer. And I'm like, you mind moving me to somewhere where I can actually like use any of my shit? He's like, yeah, that's cool. So we sit under the light, and there's not a lot of light, to be honest. Fuck, dude, if this Luigi wins, like, I'm gonna be kind of mad. Yeah, that was not meant to be a side B. That was not meant to be a sidestep. This is just going great. Okay, he's dead. But anyways, I started doing his haircut, and the brothers like walk in, and none of them definitely didn't. Okay, like that time I went far. Okay, I might just be dead here. Oh my god, that was a good side B. Lock in. What the fuck? Yes. Okay. No. Come on. That's gotta be a kill. Bro, I forgot you can do that. Oh my god. Oh, ow! 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 Ow, my loft bed. Oh my god, that fucking hurt. Ow! Oh my god, that actually hurt so bad. But anyways, like, I do his haircut, and then a couple of the guys come down, and they're low-key, like, I don't know. They are what they are, right? They're frat bros, but they come down, and they're like, oh shit, we got this going, you know? Because I'm just giving this random dude a haircut in the middle of their basement, which was low-key kind of fire. But then I finished his haircut, and I also locked in for this one, and this was like one of the best haircuts I've ever gotten. Like, the fade was absolutely crisp. I'm not gonna lie. So the second brother comes down, and he gets his haircut too. And the whole time, the first dude was kind of checking his watch for whatever reason. Like, I was going pretty fast. I did it in like probably 35 minutes, which, I mean, it's pretty fast for me for a full low taper fade with a trim. Like, it takes a while. But the second guy comes down, he's also checking his watch. He goes, what time is it? A few times. And I'm like, what? Like, why are we in such a hurry, guys? Like, what's the big deal here? And then after I do the second one, they like start going to the closet to like get the broom. And I'm like, why are we getting the broom? Like, are we done? Like, I only did fucking 2. I walked all the way over here for 2 fucking haircuts. Like, and I didn't even charge them like a transportation fee. And they go, yeah, bro, sorry, we got chapter at like 7. And I got there at like 5:45 or like 6. And I was like, what? Like, obviously I'm not gonna wait around till fucking that's over. Like, so why the fuck would you tell me to come here today when you have chapter the same fucking day and not even have time for more than 2 haircuts? Like, what? Like, what the fuck are we doing? But obviously I was like, oh yeah, that's fine. So I don't know. I think I should have been more like assertive. I did kind of text him. I'm like, dude, I need to do like at least. I said at least 3 other guys, and you know, 1 other guy is not equal to 3. I don't know. Maybe I'm not that good at math, but that doesn't seem right. And like, why? Like, it's just weird. Like, bro was low-key, like, I don't know. He was low-key a little stupid. Yeah, so it wasted my time. And dude, one dude tipped me $10 and the other dude didn't tip me at all. So like, fuck them. I'm not going back unless I know for sure I'm getting paid. Or if I go back, I'm charging them a fucking transportation fee. Otherwise, I don't want to go back. Because fuck that. I can just do it here, bro. I could have just done it here and saved so much time and so much money. But sometimes people fuck with you, and that's what it is, yeah.